Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen. Episode number 814, coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, Puerto Rico, San Juan. Yay! I don't have a flag, or else I would totally wave that around. I want to shout out to everyone that is joining us on LinkedIn, Player One Taco, YouTube, 0xDegens YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Telegram, Rumble, Kick, On-Chain via Unlonely, and Unchained via Soul Media Tech. And then everyone joining in Twitter Spaces. Taco 1 million FUD. Shout out to Peter Todd. He is talking about Taco Token in and of itself, which has been on another rise today, but we're more interested in what we had as an amazing day today here in Puerto Rico. The one thing I wanted to do today that I did not yet get to do that I might have to do after this show, call the show a quick night, but go and smoke a cigar. That is the one thing I have not been able to go yet and do today. But other than that, it was an amazing day. We got to go to the Freedom Tech demo day that was held here at the university. Please do not ask me to say its name. Google got me there. But it was really awesome. It reminded me of old blockchain meetup days. It was like a back room of a back room, but then it turned out being a really nice big room, all set up with AV and stuff like that. Huge giant TV, and then like speakers throughout, and then like wired, and but then like a little room, and then a room for like table for sitting and lunch and stuff like that. But it reminded me of old days when we used to have like Bitcoin meetups in like, that second room in the library that people let us use. So that was a very interesting time. But what was really cool was it was all deep builders building some really interesting tech. And I got to sort of I talked about a bunch of things, and we're going to have that recording out later on. Might not be the greatest, but I will do my magic to make it look as good as possible. Because I think I talked about some really important things. I talked about Manifest, what Manifest is building. I talked more about what we're building with our infrastructure side of things, and how we are building out a decentralized AWS. The other big thing that I sort of talked about was our index fund. And so one of the really cool things about being put in charge of an index fund is I'm chasing alpha, basically. And so there's projects that are building some really interesting, cool stuff, and they're raising capital, and I get to go do a token swap with them. And so I'm getting in tokens at near zero, and giving them MFX in returns that they can either hold onto their books, have an asset on their books. We have some projects put me on as a lead on their cap table, because I'm supporting their value. That's what a lead does in a VC round. It supports the valuation and the capital that you're trying to get. And so now that you have one person that like says, I agree with this number, and we're giving them this sort of valuation, then everyone will sort of fall in line. And so that is something that we really get to do to help new projects launching that are needing infrastructure support. One of the really cool things with it is it sort of just takes cash off the table, because then we have their tokens burnt into a contract, locked into our fund. They have MFX. And so then if they need infrastructure support, they can pay for it with that token. So it takes because burning cash is one of the biggest things with projects on compute, and it doesn't last very long. So being able to do that, provide that support, allowing projects to build models, train their own models, is pretty awesome. The big thing that I got to talk about too was our node program and stuff like that, and how we've sort of shifted it at the end of the year, and what our data centers look like, our physical data centers. We run tier 3 and tier 4 data centers around the world. And so looking at putting together an event around ETH Denver, showcasing one of our data centers out in Aurora, I know it's a little far from East Denver. It's like a 20-minute car ride. So we're going to look at like maybe like a bus or something like that and like ship people there, have a cool little like meet and greet event, and then like take everyone back to like a main dinner or something like that. So we're trying to figure that piece out, which is going to be really fun. And then at the same time, we just have a lot of things coming online, which is pretty cool. We have a wallet, a V1 wallet. Actually, I'll call it like a beta wallet. And I got to see, we were getting ready to push out our our version 0.0.1 wallet, as I like to call it. Well, actually, that's what version it is. And there's a lot of differences and stuff like that. And so looking at things, building from a wallet, not just as a user, but as a wallet provider, you sort of look at things a little differently on the security side of things and being safe and making sure that users' funds are protected and it's not centralized. And so there's a really hard checks and balance there, because in centralized finance, you have your bank. You lose your credit card, leave it somewhere, it gets stolen, and you get a false charge on it. You can call the bank and they will fix it. In crypto, you get scammed, or a charge happens, someone takes control of your wallet or something like that and spends it. Funds are lost. And some people complain about like all of the approvals and stuff, but that's sort of what being your own bank sort of does. So that was sort of something getting to talk about. But one of the really cool things that I got to talk about, really passionate, was Morpheus, and what Morpheus, the idea and the 4 C's behind Morpheus: capital, code, compute, and community. These are 4 C's that are really needed for pretty much anything that you're wanting to look at building. And so in the AI world, we're really talking, and I pointed out these, what's the word I'm thinking of here? I pointed out this conundrum that we are facing of, we want blockchain technology because the transparency of it, yet we want AI to be private because of the data of it. And so that travels a very thin line of he, not me, type of thing. So we want to see all the government's transactions on the blockchain, but oh no, mine have to be done with Zcash and all of these other things, or Tornado Cash. And so it's we are hypocritical, and but we're still building the same thing. So we ride that thin line, and it's a hard line because as a person, yes, you don't want your data owned by anyone other than you and sold 10 times over. The average human is worth roughly $45,000 a year. Their data is worth $45,000 per year, because that is what consumers, or not consumers, but what companies are trying to get you to spend. And so it's a very interesting aspect here. One of the really cool things that got to be talked about, showcased today, was some of the Morpheus agents and what the really cool stuff that Lumerin. Well, Jeff skipped over it really briefly, and so people didn't really get to see how cool some of this stuff is that Lumerin sort of building on the back end of both. You can be either a user, provide compute, or you can be a contributor and provide an agent. So this is just like Hugging Face or OpenOcean, where you can upload and it will host a model for you, and that you can use or anyone else can use. But the difference with Morpheus being this marketplace for agents, where agents can communicate, is if your agent gets used, you get rewarded for that. And so you build something awesome that gets used a lot, it builds up that social cred in its own way, AI way, I guess you could say. And it brings out a lot of different possibilities. So showcasing today, sort of, I talked about the capital side of things as well as the weights and rewards. and token distribution pieces, which was really cool. Then we had Kyle showcase launching a More 20 contract, and we had Jeff talking about the agent side itself and running an agent and all of those fun things. And then at the same time, we had Luke sort of go over the compute side and what it looks like sort of under the hood with Morpheus. And so just a great time by all. And really honored to Brian to being able to speak. And so hats off to you, Brian. Thank you for asking me to speak and allowing me to speak. And just a really great community there. Got to sort of listen to what Block City's building and their things. And then, yeah. So we then called it a day because we weren't really planning on presenting anything or doing a demo, but we were asked to do a demo. So we had to bring the work laptop with us. And so, carry that around like it's a vault and then bring it right back to the hotel. Then we sat at the hotel for a little bit, let all the batteries charge. Then we went to what is called the Wheel, which is right next to the Wheel House, which is a big old indoor open air venue with some little fast food places. But some really cool people were there. All the people that flew in from Art Basel and Bit Basel are here now. We have some more people coming in tomorrow morning or later tonight. But there was maybe about 60 to 7. Well, there was about 70 people at any one time, but I would say about 150 people came through the night, because a lot of people were just coming in, wanted to stop by, say hi. So there was about 70 people when I left, but just sort of gathering and talking and just having drinks and good conversation and catching up if they hadn't seen each other, or introductions all around. And so it was really cool, really great to hear what a lot of people are building. And yeah, so that was how the rest of that day went, and we had a pretty good time. I was super excited to sort of see what we have going on tomorrow. We're going to be speaking both on Web3 gaming, as well as we're going to be talking decentralized AI. I think we're moderating a panel, and then we're also talking about centralized versus decentralized AWS. So that was a really great time that we got to sort of talk about, that we're going to be talking about. And as always, Tokenized delivers. But what I'm really looking forward to is Wednesday. We have Bit Angels, and I get to be a judge. And I sound like a douche right now, but this is one of the funnest times in the world for me. I get to sort of be like Santa Claus and be like, you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal, you get a deal. Wait, no, is that Oprah? It's Christmas time. I don't want to be Oprah. I want to be Santa Claus. So yeah, Thor Claus? I don't know. Taco Claus it is. So that's sort of what what we are up to then, and what we're going to do. That is it. That is all of it. So that was a pretty fun day. Now, recap is done. Let's get into the Degen things. It has been a day for Taco, to say the least. Oh my gosh. So for those that are coming in late or don't know, we made a token 8 months ago. April. I could probably look on chain and tell you what day, but we were literally making a how-to video on how to create a token on pump.fun. And we launched that, and we left it at that. We then sort of bought some here and there, bought our own token, and we had a little bit of fun with it. But what was really great, or what was really crazy, was the fact that while we were on an airplane yesterday, a Chinese trading group that buys tokens went and found it and pumped the hell out of it. And made the token hit bond. And so I come back, getting off an airplane that doesn't have any Wi-Fi, to a token that has bonded and pumped. And yeah, so now Radium has roughly 25%. I have burned 0.1%, right? I think. And I have locked up the 1%, 1.5%, 1.4% I've locked up or burned in liquidity. Why did I lock? And then I locked up with a bunch of SOL as well. The whole reason why I did that, because, you know, sometimes like this, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to talk about this. It was really cool to see. And I had a whole bunch of friends reach out to me, saying you launched a token, it hit bond, congratulations, you know, and, it wasn't a planned thing, you know? And so, there's part of me that's actually worried that there was like some scammy shit going on. And so I've been deep diving into the chain stuff, you know, that someone bought it, you know, sold it to their pump group and, you know, then dumped on them. I'm looking at seeing if there was a lot of different wallets that, you know, that controlled by one person. But then at the same time, I've been looking at all of the different messages that I've been getting and talking, and they're coming from like different voices. So either they're really good or like someone pumped it to their trading group and they're like, this is not a scam. It might not be the greatest, shiniest, newest thing on the face of the planet, but it's not a scam. And I don't know. So I'm sort of torn on that. I am excited though, because I'm going to try to do some really cool stuff for the token. I've pretty much burned my entire supply or locked it away. I saved 1 million token, and I threw it into Streamflow. No, I threw some token into Streamflow, but I locked it into Jupiter for 1 year. So in 1 year, I get 1 million tokens, and then I burnt like $5,000 worth of SOL and tokens last night, buying it and locking it away in Meteora's vault. Because the one thing I want to make sure is that if there is some dirty shit going on, the people that bought it that weren't doing dirty shit, I don't want them to lose out. So I did do some math on, you know, what I saw as like small wallets and stuff like that, so that there'd always be liquidity in there. And I think that's one of the really cool things for tokens that hit bond, on Radium and stuff like that, that does give a level of protection to it. And so, you know, I'm going to have fun with this. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but just know that I am looking, because I talk a lot about Web3 safety, and there's a lot of things people are trying to figure out different ways to get over on other people. It's always a really hilarious thing. You don't understand like how many times, you know, I get approached thinking that I am all of the multi-sigs for like the Morpheus contract and stuff like that. And so I find that funny and hilarious. And that, yeah, no, not in the slightest way, you know. So I think that there's a lot to be thought about on that Web3 safety side of things. So, but we're going to have some fun with this fucking token. We are going to try to work that, build out a devs will eat community. What do devs eat? Devs eat tacos. You know, because we don't want our devs to be hungry. And for those that call me a dev, I might fall into that category as I do coding, and I have written smart contracts for tokens before. But pump fun does not make you a dev. You are a monkey clicking buttons, having fun, doing whatever. Now, there's a lot of different cool things that you can do and build. And so, yeah. Now, next things I think I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Telegram group that I have for Taco on Ape, and send it with the Soul guys as well. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to make some Ape chain with some Soul chain degens and see how they like to do. So I keep getting asked if put the contract address on X. It's there. Pay for deck screener and update banners, etc. Then you are all set. I spent 5K last night on buying the token and locking it away. So I am happy to work with you. If you wish to pay the 200 or so for the deck screener. At this moment, I'm not going to pay for it just because, I could have burned token last night, or I could have sold it and spent it on a deck screener. So I'm not selling the token. I got 1 million tokens set aside for a year from now. So I'll do everything I can. And no, I'm not going to put the contract in my X bio. I think I might see if I put it in the extended X bio. But my main bio is my work piece right there. And so I am a degen above all others, not just a contract. Look at me here. My eyes are here. So, but I will do what I can to support the community. And we're going to have some fun. So for those that don't know what we did last night, let's pull this up real quick. One of those things that we locked away. Oh, yeah. We locked. There's our lock. We locked away one Helium Network token to give out. And then right here, Taco, we locked it. And it looks like I can claim 2,715. So I get 1.9 Taco a minute. All right. So that's 1 million minutes, I guess, or something like that, or however they figured that one out. But that's a 1-year lock. And so that's when I'll, might get it between then and there, but who knows? We'll see what else we can do to help support the token on chain, but we're going to have some fun with it. And let's see. Let's see if Taco comes up now. It does. All right. That's not the greatest chart in the world, but it's not the worst chart either. I don't know. Do we have any? What do we have? We have some Bonk. We have Kobe. Wazy, Burn, Queen, Rap BTC, Soul Guy, AVB, Wen, Blaze, Ready, GME. All right, here. I don't know. This isn't going to do much, I don't think. Let's see. There we go. 2 markets. We're buying Taco. Let's see here. We're buying some Taco. All right. There we go. We just bought some Taco. But can we buy some more Taco? Let's see. Blaze, Ponky, Rismus. Rismus has been doing good, it looks like. What would that be? Let's see. No, let's max that out. There we go. Let's get rid of the dust. All right. There we bought another million almost. We're up 775. Is that 775? 775. All right, cool. Let's see. What else do we have? What else can we scrape token wise? Dooku Max. We got $60 there. Nope. 4 there. Yeah. Swapped. All right. There we go. What did that get us to? That got us to 830. All right. So we need to get to, I want to get to 1 million. Let's get to another 1 million. What other tokens can we sell that, I think we can sell some access. That's 65. Let's call that 1. Oh, no, that's not going to do anything. I don't know. Yep, that's what we're going to do. No, we're going to turn that into a 1. And we're going to buy that because we're trying to get rid of some dust. I don't know why we're being a little autistic and just wanting to have like whole numbers of tokens. But that's what we're doing. Oh, there. We got some bonk. We can totally sell there. Bonk. And for those that don't know, there is a liquidity pool to where if you are providing liquidity for Taco, you can earn Taco and bonk because we did that. So that's locked away on Radium. We burned some other tokens and locked some other tokens on Radium. We just went on a burning frenzy last night. It's sort of hilarious how much we burned last night. So yeah, what is max? No, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that soul guy. Let's see. Other random talk. There's Taco. D-Bridge, HXD. There's our soul. WOG, D-God token W. Max. That. What happened if we do that? And that. Does that give us, I think that gives us, that puts us up at over 1 million. It does. All right, cool. So, yeah, we burnt a lot of tokens last night. Now what are we going to do? We're going to go over to, no, well, that's Jupiter. We just left Jupiter. Let's go over to Radium. And let's go deposit that token in liquidity. And that's what we will do. All right, liquidity. Standard, no, concentrated. Taco. Portfolio. There we go. Create new position. All right. So we're going to do this position out of range. There's just a lot of Taco. There we go. And max. One, two, three. There we go. We're going to keep 27,000 because we might give that away. I feel like we might give that away. That is what we're going to do. And what we're doing there, that we're basically depositing that so that it is available for people to buy. And so, yeah, that's what we did. So trade into it. And yeah, that is what we're going to do with that. So we lock that. And that gives us another position. Can we burn that position? That out of range position? Let's see. I want to, let's see. Can I create? No, I want to go to edit farms. I think create farm, burn, concentrated liquidity. Soul Taco. There we go. Lock liquidity. Oh, that's right. You got to type all this shit out. I confirm. Permanently lock my liquidity forever. All right. Well, we're going to lock that liquidity forever. There we go. Boom, shakalaka, laka, laka. All right. So, yeah. more locks, more forever locks. So there we go. We got some forever locks burned in there. That way, that's some cool stuff that we can do that today. That is about it today for Taco. We're going to be opening up the Telegram over in the next. We have a Telegram group for Taco on 8. I'm going to just change that to Taco on Chain. And I'll put that Telegram out. And so people can start building around behind it. But what we're going to do is we're going to work on like giving Taco away to devs and builders and random people and onboard them into Solana. Obviously, we have to do that if they're not already here. But we're going to have some fun with it. So I'm really excited. And, let's fucking go. We're going to end tonight's episode as we end every episode with the same two things. Our words of wisdom and the greatest worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. Our words of wisdom are always the same. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity, opportunity can never come a knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. And with that, I want to thank everyone for joining us for TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 814, coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, San Juan, Puerto Rico. You just got to say it, Puerto Rico. It's Puerto Rico. I don't know, man. It just rolls off the tongue. But want to shout out to everyone on LinkedIn, Player One Taco, YouTube, 0x Degens, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Telegram, Rumble, Kick, on-chain via Unlonely, and on-chain via Soul Media Tech. Have a wonderful night. And so now we end with the greatest worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet in honor of those that come before us and a memory of those that will come after us. We end with the same joke we have told 813 times now. So, knock, knock. Who's there?